we have been trained to do a lot of things right from the time we are born, right from the time we have incarnated on the planet. We have been trained beautifully by our family, by our environment, by everyone around us, by teachers, by parents, and home being our first school and first educational, platform. That is where we learn first, right? As a child, our home, our parents are our first teachers. So we have been trained beautifully in doing. That doing also become very tiresome and exhaustive many times. Thank you, Kathy. That is already unconsciousness releasing. That yawn and burps and, little sleepiness is all right, is all okay, because that is unconsciousness releasing and leaving you. So let me just do a beautiful clearing here. All the judgments, expectations, rejections, separations, projections, decisions, conclusions, and computations that you may have about this call, or, about me, about you as being part of this call, and anything and everything. Will you please now destroy, none create, revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, destroy, and quit for all eternity?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, power, all night, short,
Yes.
forwards, and beyond. And so, coming back to that, when you become that being, a lot of things, you make it easy for you. But hello, ease is not our ask. Correct? We love complicated life. We love to create complications in our life, right? So, by the way, not everybody is ready for ease. But the people who are ready for ease and receive everything with ease, what do we call them? Anybody? What do we call them?
Magicians.
Okay, magicians. Lucky.
हाँ.
किस्मत बहुत अच्छी है. टाइम बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है.
Yes. Very general.
Yeah.
Very general.
Which by itself means आपके पास टाइम नहीं है, आपका टाइम अच्छा नहीं चल रहा है, आपके पास अच्छा टाइम नहीं है, आप लकी भी नहीं है, आप फॉर्चुनेट भी नहीं है. तो आपके लिए सब कुछ माइनस 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 है, पर वो दूसरे बंदे के लिए सब कुछ बहुत अच्छा है. करेक्ट? हैव यू हर्ड दिस अराउंड अस? अरे उसका टाइम बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है, किस्मत है, किस्मत, फेट, लक. It's very surprising, guys, when you come to know this is all associated with what we be in our life. So tell me one thing, the other person is also made of same flesh, blood, bones, everything same. Now you may say उसकी planetary position बहुत अच्छी है, उसकी शनि बहुत अच्छे स्थान पर बैठे हैं. Only 30%. Even if it counts, it does count. I'm not saying it doesn't count. Only 30%. Which means 70% who has the maximum share? Who has the maximum share of, creating their life? You. We ourselves. Correct? Correct?
Yeah.
So when we put the credit on the external factors, which is only 30%, चाहे वो feng shui हो, चाहे वो stars की position हो, चाहे वो astrological charts हो आपके, कुछ भी हो, it's only 30%. And the greater share or the greater capacity of you being able to change your life lies with you. But here my question is, how many of you are ready to take it? It's too much to take responsibility. No, it's better to put 30% out on external factors. मेरा टाइम खराब है, मेरा लक नहीं था साथ में, इसलिए मेरा काम नहीं हुआ. It's easy to put there out.
Yeah.
So that's where we do not want to take charge and responsibilities of our life and the creation of our life. Cool?
Yeah.
Why? Why so? Why do we do that? Anyway, क्यों करते हैं हम ऐसा? जब 70% पावर हमारे पास है, I'm going to be talking in Hindi and English both because a lot of people love in Hindi as well. जब 70% पावर हमारे पास है, तो भी हम वो 30% के भरोसे बैठे रहते हैं ताकि हमें कुछ ना करना पड़े. ऐसा क्यों करते हैं हम? कोई बताएगा? क्यों? हाँ?
Very convenient.
Convenient? Okay. Comfort zone. You mean comfort zone, right, Happy?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
one of the factors. Yes, yes. One of
yeah.
the factors. Another?
हमारी कंडीशनिंग वैसी हो चुकी है,
Correct.
इसकी वजह से हमारे विचार वैसे बन चुके हैं.
करेक्ट करेक्ट. विचार वैसे बन चुके हैं और आपके वो विचार आपको रूल कर रहे हैं आज तक, जो भी आपकी एज है. करेक्ट. बट एक और इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्टर क्या है? एक और इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्टर क्या है?
We are allowing it. Like it.
हाँ, वी आर अलाउइंग इट. वाई वाई वाई?
Because it, like
तो
we feel
अगर
that.
मैं फेल हो जाऊं, सो दैट इवन आई फेल, I can blame it on 30%. No.
Yeah. Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that even I fail, I don't have to take the onus and responsibility of that.
So don't you think the
Why?
mind is so weak then?
Yes. And why is that so? Not taking responsibility of your failure, why so? Because failing is bad. I don't want to be called bad, awful, wrong, that you are a failure. I don't want to be called a failure. Who wants to be called a failure?
Yeah.
You have to be willing to be every energy. And life includes everything. Life is not linear. So all the people who think, I want only positive, 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 and I believe only in auspicious, I want only auspicious things to do. And I want only auspicious things to come to me in my life, is actually living a very little part of their life. Because when they are asking only for that selective life, it is a selective life, like सब good आए, right आए, अच्छा आए, positive आए और auspicious आए. Correct? उनकी सबसे ज्यादा power and potency कहाँ है मालूम है? All of that which they are avoiding, the other polarity of it. जहां पे actual power and potency is lying dormant. And entire life just goes by that. Just goes on like that, and life gets over by avoiding bad, wrong, awful, not good, everything. And now let me tell you one thing. Just by wanting, I want only good, I want only positive, I want only auspicious, universe doesn't have any segregation. So universe will give everything. But the receiving is only for good. So they always live their life dragging, complaining, begrudging their life. Whereas life is a gift. पर जब तक गिफ्ट खोलोगे नहीं, पता कैसे चलेगा गिफ्ट के अंदर क्या है? So tell me one thing, दिवाली पे बहुत सारे गिफ्ट्स आए. How excited each one of you were? I was very excited. जब गिफ्ट्स आते हैं और स्पेशली सरप्राइज के साथ आते हैं, कैसा फील होता है?
Very nice.
very nice. Correct? मजा आता है. हाँ, अरे यार उसके अंदर क्या है? एक्साइटमेंट. अब वो गिफ्ट जो है 70% तो अंदर दबा पड़ा रहता है, हम जाते भी नहीं उसको खोलने. एंड who and what is that gift? You yourself. Which means more than 70% of your power and potency is lying dormant because you have not even touched that. You have not even looked at it. You don't want to look in that direction. You have already decided it is so bad, it is so awful, it is so pathetic, it is bad, inauspicious, bad luck, negative, it should not come in my life. तो वो लाइफ में तो फिर भी आएगा. Let me tell you one thing. It will come in your life. But you will cry. You will begrudge your life. You will complain. You will blame outside. You will blame on Kismat. You will blame on fate. You will blame on all those things. मेरे सितारे गड़बड़ है, मेरे तो ग्रह दशा ही खराब चल रही है. And everything that is, will you please now destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
Right or goodbye, potpourri, college, husband, poets and beyond. So different people have different responses.
Yeah.
First is fight, flight. freeze, or fawn. These are the responses that people go through. And then they develop a coping mechanism. Coping mechanism to deal with every area of their life, whether it is relationship, whether it is money, financial, business reality, whether it is their body, health, or any area of their life. Because generally there are these 3-4 areas which actually encompass the entire human life. And when they choose these out of one of these 4 responses or in combination, what happens is the trauma gets logged in the body because it appears as trauma. Whatever that has come, it appears as a trauma, which affects relationships. First with themselves and with the environment. And so we have a lot of people जो अपनी life पूरी तरह खुल के जीने की बजाय डर के जीते हैं. Have you seen such people? Have you seen such people?
Yes.
डर के लाइफ जिएंगे, फूक के कदर रखेंगे. Because self-trust is gone. पहली चीज जो आती है उनके जहन में वो आती है what if. ऐसा हो गया तो what if. So what I'm trying to say here is their entire life becomes a resultant of anxiety. Anxiety and fear for the future, and then the past reference points that are coming from the past. They keep projecting their past and creating their future. So the past also repeats, and then they go and say, देखा मैंने कहा था ना ऐसा ही होगा. तो वो जो ऐसा ही होगा is actually हुआ नहीं है, क्रिएट करा है उन्होंने खुद. It is self-created.
अरे कहीं गई मानसी के.
Isn't that funny, guys? Isn't that funny that how we go on creating our own life step by step, and then we call it I knew ऐसा ही होगा, as if they are making a prediction. It's no astrological prediction. They have created it. The only difference is they have created all of that in unconsciousness. And a lot of people take pride in it. देखो मैंने कहा था ना मैं जो बोलता हूँ या मैं जो बोलती हूँ वही होता है. बट आपको यही नहीं पता कि आप जो बोल रहे हो आप उसके लिए अवेयर हो कि नहीं, कॉन्शियस भी नहीं हो पूरी तरह. क्योंकि अगर आपका बोलता हुआ सब सच होता है तो आपको ये भी मालूम होगा कि मैं बोलूं क्या, कि मेरी लाइफ में वो काम करे, ना कि मेरी लाइफ के अगेंस्ट काम करे. डू आई मेक सेंस? राइट? And that's exactly where we are living our life out of reaction, not out of responses. And a lot of these reactions come from our childhood. Because that's exactly where, when we were a young one, we didn't know how to cope up with a traumatic or a difficult situation. We chose one of these 4 responses. Fight, flight, freeze, fawn. Unknowingly, unconsciously, because as a child, your survival instinct is at its best. As a human only, your survival instinct is at its best. Now, your only motive that you have is coping mechanism. I have to deal with this. And a lot many situations when you see your parents like that, you start parentifying your parents. And I'm going to talk a lot about all this in my relationship 3-day telecall series, which is coming up from 12 to 14. Why are the relationships screwed up? With the spouses, with the in-laws, with siblings, with every area of your life. And by the way, you have a relationship with money, with business. First and prime most relationship that you have with your body. Everything is screwed up. Because the traumas are locked in the body, the cellular memory of the body, the physical cellular memory. Correct? And body is made of trillions of cells. And because you want to feel secure and safe all the time, lot of people put on weight, especially women. And what they think is, let me do a diet. The weight that you have gained has nothing to do with your diet. It is the reaction and the emotions unprocessed that is logged in your physical cellular memory and in your fat cells that you have, that you are actually using as a coping mechanism, as a security to safeguard yourself. So why foundation? Because this foundation actually teaches you that there are other ways. There is a different way of living your life than what you have been introduced to. There is no manual to life. Agreeable? Is there a manual to life? Does anybody have a guiding manual, a user's manual to life? If anybody has, do share with me also. So when there is no manual, you know your life, whatever it looks like, is actually a copy-pasted life from your family. Early childhood, your parents are the program from which you copy-paste everything. They are the platform. And as you grow, as you have more and more exposure, you meet friends, you go to your school, college, the responses keep coming in. And a lot of what you look like physically and what you think psychologically is actually mimicking patterns. Are all mimicked patterns. What do I mean by mimic? Copied. How monkey mimics? Monkey को देखा है? बंदर हमेशा mimic करता है. So your life do not look very different from your parents' life. Whether it is in terms of success in money, business, success in relationship, or anything having ease with your body, it doesn't look very different. That's why a lot of people say, no, you look like your father, look like your mother, you look like your sibling. And the irony is, after 10, 15 years of marriage, you look like your spouse. Have you heard that? Yeah. That spouses also, begin to look alike. Imagine what level of insanity must be going there. And that's exactly where you begin to chip away your old foundation. Because that foundation is not your choice. It was laid for you by your parents, by your, people in your house, your primary caretakers, your mother and father, and everyone. The foundation was laid down for you. And you just walked through it. होता है ना, red carpet बिछा दिया जाता है and you walk through it. Correct? So here I am asking you to pull the carpet. Because maybe you don't like a red or a green carpet. What if you like a blue or a fuchsia pink carpet? Are you willing to lay your own carpet? And that is where your courage comes in. Because then this foundation is going to chip away all of the things from your old foundation. Everything. And actually give you the tools to create a new foundation which will actually give you a very different life, which you have not even imagined possible. And why this foundation? Because this includes everything about your body, how you can be with your body, about intimacy, sexual intimacy, physical intimacy, emotional intimacy with your partner and with people around, about your business, about how you should be with money. Very important topic called entity, because a lot of entities create distraction and disruption which do not allow you to have access to your own power and potency. So entity, distractor implants, the very name suggests there are 24 of them which actually keep distracting you so that you never choose the life that you would like to live. Want to have freedom? There are 10 keys to total freedom, which will actually give you freedom in your life to live your life that you truly desire to have. That you become magic. Ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. But for that, you have to be that energy. Otherwise, you and magic are always separated. Otherwise, you will always go into the doing mode. What if I said you just made an ask and it shows up, but you didn't bind it by the time? You do not apply the control component there, and it just shows up. Can you just imagine the thrill that you have in your life, the excitement that comes with that? I have seen. So I've seen such amazing cases of people, which I also didn't predict. I don't know kya foundation mein dikhega, because I'm holding the space as a facilitator. Foundation में किसका क्या निकल कर आएगा मुझे भी नहीं पता. So it's so surprising. लोगों का 13 years का black magic जो उनके अंदर रखा हुआ था, वो that was stopping their life. And that got released in the foundation on the 3rd or 4th day. And now they have a very different life. And they can't, believe themselves. This lady used to be so scared of everything. Drive करने से डरती थी, अकेले जाने से डरती थी. She's roaming the world now, all by herself. And plus, there is a growth in business. There are cases where autoimmune disorders, 4 autoimmune disorders, जिसके लिए that person used to take about 13 to 20 pills in a day, have come down to only 2 pills, and so much better in her life. So these are just a few examples that I'm giving. There are a lot of testimonials on YouTube and on my website. These are just a few things that I'm saying. People's relationship on the verge of divorce. The person has come to her mother's house with her child. After doing foundation, 10 days after doing foundation, she tells me I'm back with my husband. Husband has not done foundation, by the way. Only she has done. What I'm trying to say here is, when you change your energetic system, everything around you changes. Everything in every area of your life, every aspect of your life. And then this is the intense foundation with so many, at least about 55 topics. Manipulation, gaslighting. This is all happening in every day, in every house. Manipulation hota hai, gaslighting hoti hai. How to deal with that? We don't know. Abuse hota hai. We don't know. People don't know how to deal with it. Mental, physical, verbal, economical, financial, every kind of abuse. So it deals with all these topics and actually pulls out the energy that are resting and solidified in you and your body. Because that is exactly what is driving your life. And then to top it up, there are 3 potent body processes which can actually change your body on the very molecular cellular level. So much so that it has the power and potency to even reverse the terminal diseases like tumors and cancers. These 3 body processes actually show you how to even change the structure of your cells. So कभी accident हुआ है, समझो burn हुआ है, hurt हुआ है, scar आ गया है, yeah? Say pregnancy marks, stretch marks. The cellular structure of the body, the cellular shape goes from spherical to oval. जब trauma होता है, that is why a lot of people go into PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. So this process has a tremendous capacity to even reverse, to bring the cell back to its original shape, which is spherical, not oval. The shape of the cell changes with the trauma. And the valence slouching system shifts when there is a trauma striking. So this is about foundation. That's why it is 4 days of foundation, 1 day of bars, whosoever wants to do, because bars is a prerequisite and it's a beautiful class, bars again. A foundation, that's why the name of the class is foundation, because it has the capacity to shift, change the entire foundation based on which you're living your current life. That you will not do nothing but end up surprising yourself right after the foundation. Not right after the foundation, during the class. I have heard such magical stories right during the class. The way people are responding, the way, body has changed shape. Weight loss, like I already said, a lot of people have sensed that. So ask me if you have any questions. Yes, we are keeping this a retreat. Why a retreat? We are going to be keeping somewhere in Karjat or Kamshet, or if you all have any nice destination, you can suggest me between Pune and Mumbai. Why that? Because we are asking you to step away from the environment of distraction. Right? Otherwise, you are always family को संभालना है, ये करना है, वो करना है, because you have decided. आपके बिना आपके घर में काम नहीं चलेगा. Kitchen में खाना नहीं बनेगा. Tell me one thing, can anybody remain hungry without anyone's absence? No, nobody. So it is your need that your people should need you. By the way, let me tell you, it is your validation that you want from them, that you are always needed. And then you crib and complain, I don't get time for me. Well, is that a brilliant choice? By the way, one point that I forgot to mention is,
Actually,
this foundation actually teaches you to live your life beyond your mind. Because mind has only this much capacity. And all stored information, which is only 10%. That you're living your life based on only that 10% information. So this foundation and bar teaches you actually to live your life beyond mind, tapping into the greater power, which is 90%, which is lying dormant. By the way, mind is not your best tool. A lot of people said, use your mind. Use your mind. Dimag kharab hai kya? Dimag use karo. I very, proudly say, I don't use my mind. Actually, I say that. I keep my mind outside. Yeah. And that is exactly where your power is. Because then you are activating your inner GPS, which is way, way bigger than your mind. And that is taught in this class. How to live your life by, navigating through that inner GPS, but not your mind. Mind ki capacity is sirf aaj se 10% hai. That's it. But that inner GPS has no percentage. It is infinite.
Mindless?
Sorry?
Mindless? Mindlessly?
Not mindlessly. It's not being mindless. It is actually going beyond your mental capacities, which is your infinite conscious capacity. But you learn to tap into that during this class.
Right. Which is deep rooted inside.
Yeah, because see, when those layers peel off, वो जब limitations की layers निकलती हैं, वो सारी चीजें जो हमें रोक रही हैं, जब वो layers peel off होती हैं, what comes out from the underneath is the true, authentic self and your inner pure consciousness.